Welcome home, Jordyn and Savannah. But the truth is, they knew that they wouldn't be welcomed with open arms after leaving the Liberty and going to the Sparks for a change of scenery. The crowd and the fans were never the same.
New York Liberty and the Comets. Savannah and Jordyn meet their old team. Another old team. They were on the Sparks and the Liberty. They were on the Liberty to start off their careers. So this should be a good matchup. They're in the Barclays Center. There's a mid-ranger miss there, Kelsey Plum. We rebuild the rotation a little bit. Gave the team a little bit more minutes here. Kelsey Plum getting in there with the two. That's as good as you're going to get with that. Putting, looks like Kelsey onto Sabrina Noescu. Fade away there. That's off. Howard there. Natasha Howard with the rebound. There's Emma Mycareer there with the rebound. Xander Cooper, there's the bandit right there. I am very surprised Jordyn is not on the court right now with Savannah. That's very surprising. Richards with a three, and Savannah left her open there. That's Savannah's fault there. Kelsey Plum, two, and that one's in there. Just making the most of this injury that's to Aerial Powers there. I'm sure speed of recovery is, I believe she has a left bruised shoulder there, I believe the injury had said, so. Kelsey Plum with the pass to Savannah here. There's Mycareer going up for the two and landing that one in. See, it's not just Savannah that gets buckets. She sets up her teammates to. Good to be back recording this series again. And I apologize for not having anything as far as content-wise, because the virus did a number on me. Savannah ends that three there. She leads the WNBA there with the percentages you saw from that stat there with a 56 percentage there. It doesn't mean that the Liberty are still... This is definitely not the homecoming that they would have, that Savannah and Jordyn would have wanted. I still find it very questionable how the coach is not putting Savannah and Jordyn both on the court together. It's very, very odd to me. Good steal there, and there's a good steal there from the Liberty as they take over. As errant pass there from Savannah. Savannah tried for the steal off the bounce pass, offline with that one. There's Richards. Richards and Natasha Howard. Natasha Howard finds a way to get that one in there. Now the thing last game was the Liberty. It wasn't recorded here for the YouTubes as Kelsey Plum with a three lands it. They got Candace Parker in foul trouble in the last game. You guys on YouTube won't see that one. It's definitely one hell of a game there. As the second quarter gets underway, as they get subbed back in. The only thing that I'm in charge of in this series is not only is playing either as Jordyn or Savannah, but also editing some of the rotations. But I won't do it if I feel like a person is not performing well. Like if I feel like, you know, Savannah is not performing well or Jordyn's not, then we'll make adjustments accordingly. But usually I like to give Jordyn and Savannah the same amount of minutes, as, you know, when you got a dynamic duo like Buckets and Baller, you can't really take that for granted. Sandra Cooper gets that rebound. That's why she's called the Bandit right there. There's Jordyn right there. That's just way too wide open for Savannah there. There's Sandra Cooper. Now the interesting story is Sandra Cooper was a player that was in a showcase game with Jordyn and Savannah. However, she was drafted before. You know, she was drafted as Jordyn and Savannah were not drafted. They were undrafted out of Michigan. So Wolverines. There's Jordyn right there. Number 8 and number 24. Jordyn and Savannah. Crowd's chanting defense here, the Liberty crowd. Here in NYC is Savannah. Doesn't get that 3 to go there. Couldn't quite get it to go. You're not going to get all of them. Poking the ball away, though. Couldn't quite get the steal off. Richards, Noescu there. Off with that 3. Natasha Howard, though, going up and getting the foul there, and the and 1. So I don't know why the game does this to me, but I want it, with this series, I want it to be where it's not based on how good I play, but based on attributes, based on, you know, how good the team is, how good the team's built. You know, I never like it to be based off of how well I play, because I believe that if you get really, really good at this game, you just know what you're doing, and you're able to manipulate the game in ways that aren't realistic. And I don't like to do that. Like, I won't like do a trade that I don't think benefits anybody. Like benefits either our team or the CPU, because a lot of sports games allow you to cheese the CPU, you know, with trades, with signings, with stuff like that. And I don't like doing that. You know, I don't like doing that. That's not how I do things. Oh, this is a close game. 42-49 at halftime. But I don't like to cheese the game, because it's just not realistic. I like to go for realism as much as possible. Now, I know what some of you are going to say. Realistic NBA, please. Like, you know, with the AI and stuff like that. But, you know, there's only so much I can do for the game. You know, I have custom sliders that I use. You know, I got... You know, there's only so much that I can do. There's not really, you know, a lot that I can do here, but we make do with what we got. Sandra Cooper with the putback. Look at that. That's beautiful. The missed 3 and the putback by Sandra Cooper. That's fantastic. That's exactly what they want here, is because they couldn't get Candace Parker. They couldn't get Candace Parker like they wanted to when Candace Parker was on the Liberty with Jordyn and Savannah. That was the person that they caught. They got a good trade, and they couldn't pull the trigger in the offseason when she was in free agency, so the Sky ended up picking her back up. So, and Brianna Jones with the 2. There it is. As the lands in, is 52-43 is the score here in the second half. There's Richards being guarded by Savannah. There's Natasha Howard for 2. Now this team is on paper a championship team within their first season back. You know, they're a championship team. As Savannah misses that jumper, but Brianna Jones there with the rebound. But you know, this team built on paper is built to win a championship in their not inaugural season, but in their first season back. Because the Houston Comets were a real WNBA team, and they dissolved in 2008, and I brought them back. And I guess one of my favorite things about like doing series like this is being able to, you know, or doing streams, series, whatever you want to call them, pieces of content like this is I like, you know, taking characters that I create and giving them more life outside of one game. You know, obviously Savannah and Jordyn, if you are familiar with my content and what I do, they are wrestling sisters. They are sisters in WWE 2K, and you know, giving them more life, I guess, by giving them like backstories or expanding the universe. This is kind of a this series originally started on NBA 2K22 in last year's game, and basically the idea of it was to give a little bit more of a backstory, and I live streamed part of that. And ended up liking it, and then I was like, well, you know, let me experiment more with this and see where it goes, and that's where it kind of left. And I kind of had a what if scenario, like what if they never left the WNBA and continued their basketball careers and went further. And then I was kind of sad because NBA 2K22 didn't give you the option to do an expansion team. So I did stuff with the New York Liberty, and then I had them have a change of scenery and go to the Sparks. And then when I found out that NBA 2K23 was going to offer expansion teams, I was like, okay, here we go. We're bringing the Houston Comets back. You know, so I made the logo, made the uniform, and I did some changes to the alternate. You know, I'm not going to do changes to the logo or to the colors or anything like that because I like how they are now. So I'm not going to do any changes. And Savannah goes in there, tries to get the 2 and can't. It's just unfortunate there. This is a very close game. See, I like this. When making the sliders, I want it to be a, you know, well-balanced game. You know, I don't want it to, you know, get to the point where it's not balanced. Where, like, we're always blowing out teams all the time. Like, I want some games where, like, we blow out some teams, we finish a close one. You know, this is still a close game, 57-70. Like, this could still go anyway in the past 6 minutes here. As Savannah gets that steal and that jumper. As Jordyn was way down there. Could have passed it to Jordyn, but took the shot when needed. Poke of the ball again. Nuescu, the star player of the Liberty. There's Shu. Johannes with the floater there. As Houston starts to pull away here. Houston is pulled away. McDonald there trying to find a way in. She's inside. Savannah with the 3, and that one's offline. Off of the rim and out of there. Not gonna get everyone, and there's Shu with the 2. But I like, giving characters a new life. I think it's a lot more creative than what you normally see. I mean, I try to create things that are kind of outside the box a little bit, unorthodox, if you will. There's Jordyn. That's an easy 2. Westu, 3. That one's in there. Somebody must have lost the assignment or didn't switch or something there. Savannah with the 2. 2 right back. Now, if the Liberty want to get back in this, they can't keep trading baskets, and they can't keep doing this either. There's another turnover, and there's a 2, and she's going to go up for a 3-point play.
First personal foul, team's first. Williams, 1 shot.
Look at that. And there's the free throw for Savannah. There's a 3-point play. See how quickly this game pulled away, too. This game was close, and now it's not looking that way anymore. And that's a missed shot. Good contest. Double team. Look at this double team here. They got a double teamer. That's the only way that they're going to get anything out of it. There's Nuescu. Johannes. There's the 3. Kelsey Plum there. Making the most of an unfortunate injury. Kelsey Plum with the 3, and that one's in there. Wow, they double teamed. They spent so much time double teaming Savannah, they didn't realize that Kelsey Plum was right there, ready for the 3. And that's the way it's pretty much been all game. Savannah's just been running racket through the Barclays Center. 31 points with a 65 field goal percentage. That's insane. More than half of her shots were made. 16-point game, still some time, but I honestly don't see the Liberty coming back here. This doesn't look good. We're going to sub in Skylar Diggins-Smith there for Savannah. And that's going to be the end of it, 92-74.
Folks, we'd like to thank you for coming out and supporting your team. Please drive home safely.
For the Houston Comets.
See you again